Hello and welcome to another episode of Layman's Terms, your source of ignorance and drunken banter. I am the layman. The Godzilla's theme seems to be my theme song as I come in. I just like it. I've always liked it, actually. It's been a while. It's been a good minute. I missed a lot of stuff, but we're going to talk about it. Okay? First and always, please like and subscribe to this show. It really helps me out, and it really helps a lot of people out, believe it or not. Like the Sidebar Cantina with David Jason, the Escape Pod with Dragon Buddy, Brady Big Lovin', and Don Del Snooch. Donnie's got a girlfriend. Use and Abuse with Kim and Scott. Scott was drunk on his show, and that was fucking awesome. At 3 o'clock in the morning, fucking there, man. The Podcast of Pain with Darius Payne. Pop My Culture with Shanti and the Sexy Ass Josh. Sweet Studios is always doing something crazy. The Origin Fetch Show, great show. Please check them out. The guy from Boise, Idaho. Grave Reviews with Chris and Alan. The Skeleton Joe Show. Blue Bear Games, and Comics and Cosmetics. Got a lot of people who do this podcast thing, and they get no money from it. And the money they do get, it goes right back into the studio to get mics and shit. Dude, that's responsible. Honestly, I don't want a Patreon because I would just spend. I would spend it on booze. I really would. I'm not good with money. I know that, you know? So, yeah. We all heard about the Tyson and the Jake Paul match. Supposed to be real. I'm not sure. I think it's just, it definitely is a cash grab. Don't get me wrong. Both parties are getting paid a lot of fucking money. You have Jake Paul, who's in his 20s. You have Tyson, who's 59, almost 60, and he's training like an animal. They had to postpone the fight. Originally, they had to stop the fight. I think because Jake Paul's scared, personally, but he says that he's concerned about Tyson's health. Maybe it's ulcer issues. I'm not sure, but the Tyson and Paul match has been rescheduled for November. It's going to be on Netflix. I ain't paying for that shit. I mean, I didn't pay for Mayweather versus who's the Irish guy? That was a work. That was nothing but a work. They did a good job of hyping up that match, and it wasn't even. It wasn't real. It might as well have been on WWE. To be fucking honest with you. I'm not, but if this match is real, you know, I'll eat these pair of glasses. You know, I don't think it is, to be honest with you. This time I'm drinking water. Yeah, I don't see this match being real, you know, and in the contract, he has to go all 12 rounds, Tyson does. Or till the match ends, which would lead into a knockout. We all know Tyson's good at that. You know, Tyson's gonna beat the shit out of him. That's my prediction right now. Tyson's gonna beat the fucking white off him. I saw Godzilla -0. It was new on Netflix. And I know I'm late. I'm always late coming to the party. Holy shit. If you haven't seen this movie, watch it. I'm not even going to spoil it for you. Just watch the fucking movie. I'm telling you, it's fucking good. It's on Netflix. I just wish Netflix gave the option of putting it in black and white for you. Like 2 versions. What was in color and then what was in black and white. Because that was what in movie theaters. Really wanted to see the black and white. I really wanted to see the contrast. The Philadelphia Phils, the Fighting Phils, they're in London playing the Mets for 3 games, I think, and I didn't even know what time the game was on. To be honest with you, I don't even know. I maybe I'll see it tomorrow morning when I'm drinking my coffee and watching the news. Hopefully, I get to watch the news. Hopefully, I get the TV to myself. Hopefully, I know I'm getting the TV next week because next week's Father's Day. And what I say goes. I think. You ever see the memes with the Mother's Day versus Father's Day dinner? The Mother's Day is like lobster on a yacht with champagne, and Father's Day is just like a hungry man dinner, you know? Yeah, that's what's going to be like. It's going to be a hungry man dinner. What a farce. I don't know. I see the comparisons, but I don't know. And dads really don't like Mother's Day is just it's important, and it really is because mothers really work hard. They really do. You know, the fathers work hard too. I'm not trying to be biased. I'm not saying one is better than the other. Both mom and dads work really hard. Okay. But I just think that dads don't really expect anything. Like, I don't expect anything great. You know, I just want it to be an easy day. You know, I just want to wake up and drink my coffee and spend time with my family, and that's it. You know, I don't want some big hoopla because I never thought I was important. You know, like, I don't know, man. I guess I'm too humble. I'll say it that way. I'm too humble. You know. The first game of the NHL Stanley Cup is the Oilers and the Stars. I got the Oilers. I'm Edmonton all the way. And supposedly during one of the last games, there was an Oilers fan. It was a girl, and she flashed the crowd. She flashed the ice. I don't have video of it, but I heard it on the Kid Chris show. I still listen to Kid Chris. He's in Cincinnati. So, and I listen to him on a podcast. So I still check out King Chris. I mean, that's what I do. After this, I'm gonna listen to King Chris, or try to catch up on my shows of all my friends that they do. You know, I have a lot of shows to catch up on. I don't even watch TV anymore that much. Except it took me 3 days to watch Godzilla. Basically, that's what it was. You know. Speaking of the shows, Tuesday Terrors with Alan and Chris, I was on that show recently, and we discussed horror movies. I had a great time. Or a horror host, I'm sorry. It's just something out of left field. You know, I know those guys talk about horror movies and everything, and that's awesome. That's right up my wheelhouse. But I wanted them to think a little bit. So I asked them if we could just do horror hosts, and they're just like, dude, that's awesome. So there's a whole list of horror hosts. If you're in a major market like Chicago or Philadelphia or Texas, or, well, let's say, well, it's not, Texas is not a city, you dumbass. It would be Dallas. You know, every station had their form of horror hosts. Would it be like Elvira? Elvira was syndicated. Joe Bob Briggs. We have Svengoolie. But Svengoolie is from Chicago. We had somebody else. I forget the guy's name. I don't know. I don't know who we had. I know we had Sally Starr, but that's like way before me. Because Sally Starr is from Echo. Yeah, I had a great time with Alan and Chris. I hope to do that again because that was so cool. I want to, go on and actually do a movie and just do that. I would love to do that. Also, I'm going to be on the podcast of Pain with Darius Payne. He's doing Friday the 13th, but he's so smart, he's doing it backwards. So, in the beginning, the movies were so scary, 1 through 4, it was just killing, and that was it. Right around when you got to part 6, it started to get kind of hokey, by part 10, Jason goes to space. That's just hokey. You love to see the character other than the woods just killing with a machete. It's just like I can't explain it. I have to say that it's just all I'm saying is that it's just fucking hokey, but we love it. You know, it's just like watching a terrible movie. Jason X was a pretty bad movie, but you knew what you were getting into. Jason in space, what the fuck? Let's go watch it anyway. You know, Jason Takes Manhattan, that was a pretty stupid movie, but it was fun. It's a fun movie. We're doing part 7 because part 7 was my favorite movie, and I have it on VHS. Why part 7, you ask? It's just fun. It's another thing I just can't explain. But it is hokey. And Darius is doing it backwards. So when you get to like 4, then it starts getting good. Then it's not hokey anymore. You know, now it's just like it made a lot of money, you know. So that's what I'm going to be on. We're going to do part 7. When is that going to happen? I have no idea. But please stay tuned, and I will I'll share as much as I can, you know, because I loved the Friday the 13th movies when I was a kid. I still do. You know, there was a series called Friday the 13th, series. I'm definitely going to talk about that one. You know, that was such a cool series. You know, that's really all I have. Been listening to Vision Video. I've been listening to a new group that I discovered called the Chameleons, and they seem cool. And they're coming to Philly in August. I don't know if I'm gonna go. I still haven't decided if I want to go to Neil Young and Crazy Horse. I'm not sure. I know Alice Cooper and Rob Zombie are coming to town. Oh, you got cock it. There you go. I like this gun better. I like the gun because you don't have to pump it. You just click it. All you gotta do is like pull the trigger and you're good to go. You know. It's pretty. It has some power behind it. You know. I got a hook on there. Yeah, I really like this gun. I'm not a gun guy. Nerf guns I like. Is it a cry for help if someone plays Russian roulette with a Nerf gun? I don't know. Oh, there it goes. And it ricocheted. Anyway. That's all my time. That's everything I had to get off my chest. I'm going to check out what's going on with the Oilers. I'm going to see what's going on with the Phillies. I'll let you guys know about the podcast of pain. I've shared, I did not share Tuesday nights, but I'm going to share that. I'm going to share Tuesday nights. I've been busy, not that busy. You know, doing other people's podcasts, but not doing one of my own. Everybody else wants to get their podcast off the ground. This is just peanuts. You know? I don't want any money. Why? Why? So what? It's something to do. You know? You're thinking to yourself, why is this guy in his basement hiding from his family, talking to himself in front of a camera? You know? Oddly, it's therapeutic because you're getting everything out. You know? Therapists cost money. Podcasts are free. Depends. Then you have people like The Undertaker, Mark Galloway, who's been in wrestling for 30 years. He retired because his body is just done. So one day he wakes up, I want to do a podcast. Make that happen. And they're like, okay, let's do it. And there's all these people, just engineers and soundboards and all this shit just comes together. And all he has to do is just tell stories. And I'm hooked. That's a really good show. He had Mark Henry on, and Mark Henry's like the strongest guy in the world, and the guy was smart, like he was talking about the psychologically of the psychological aspect of the business. Yeah, that's what I wanted to get off my chest. He only graduated high school, folks. So that's all I got. Hope you guys have a great week. Stay cool, stay hydrated. Summer's coming up. A couple more months till Halloween, we can make it. So I'll talk to you guys later. Be good, guys. Talk to you later.